Hey everyone, it's Colin. How's it going? I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to talk about a topic that's been kind of concerning me lately, and that is the increased, not aggressiveness, but assertiveness that Nintendo has been taking on. You may have noticed some of these things as well. It started about 6 months ago, say the middle of 2014. And I think it really resulted from Nintendo realizing that they had to do something about the Wii U. So in the middle of 2014, I think Nintendo realized that they had to get their act together, otherwise some majorly bad things were going to happen. Their profits were taking a major hit, even though the 3DS platform was still doing fairly strong. The home console market, at least in North America, is really what always kept them going. So Nintendo put a lot of effort into some development. They developed a whole bunch of new games, and we started to see those trickling out at E3. Unfortunately, though, a lot of these games were really not novel at all. Really, most of the games that have come out for the Wii U have simply been continuations on an existing franchise and haven't really built anything new into the franchise, at least not appreciably. Yeah, Mario Kart 8 was a platform seller. I mean, Nintendo, I'm sure, sold a decent number of Wii U's just because of Mario Kart 8. But there really wasn't anything new or novel added to Mario Kart 8 other than some new tracks, and you've got that anti-grav kind of stuff going on, but you're still just driving around and throwing items at people. They haven't really pushed the envelope with Super Smash Bros. Either. It's just the next iteration of it. And to me, that screams that they just wanted to try and make money as quickly as they could. They wanted to throw only as much resources into developing those games as they needed to make them compelling for people to buy, at least for the dedicated people to buy. They didn't necessarily want to invest the crazy amount of money like they would have if they wanted a really revolutionary extension onto that game. Kind of like what they did with the Wii, the original Wii. In some ways, I can understand that. I can understand their back was up against the wall. People were starting to talk about, was Nintendo even going to be around for a whole lot longer? Were they going to go bankrupt? Or were they going to get bought by somebody else? And when a company's in a situation like that, you know what, I'm not going to fault them for making money whatever means they need to. And those games are still fun, and I don't have a problem with that. However, I'm still not really seeing or hearing anything that suggests that Nintendo, with its kind of newfound push here and becoming a little bit more relevant again, that they're going to make that leap to come out with the next revolutionary thing. And that's a bit disconcerting. Another thing that's disconcerting is how they've handled the whole new 3DS. I mentioned in a previous video that I have mixed feelings about the platform. To me, it really feels like it's just kind of a money grab. All they really did was they took the cartridge slot from the back and put it on the front. They switched the storage from a full-size SD to a micro SD. They improved the technology of the 3D on the screen, but you know what? Everybody I know that has a 3DS just turns the 3D effect off anyway. Plus, then you've got kind of the under the hood changes. They improved the web browser, whoop-de-doo, nobody surfs the web on their 3DS anyway, and they put a faster processor in it. Now, the internal changes, like to the faster processor, and I think that console also has more RAM, correct me if I'm wrong, that's kind of compelling in that now new games are going to come out that can take advantage of those features. But the one thing that I haven't gotten clear information on is all of these new games that are going to be coming out that are advertised to be an awesome experience on the new 3DS. Are they going to be limited to only working on the new 3DS? Or are they going to be backward compatible with the original 3DS family, the 3DS, 3DS XL, and 2DS? If it's the former, where it only works with the new hardware, I think Nintendo has set themselves up for failure. Imagine a scenario where you've got, an 8-year-old And they already have an original 3DS or 3DS XL. And this awesome new game comes out that they want. And they bug mom and dad, hey, can I have this game? I want it for my birthday or for Christmas or whatever. And they get it. But they don't understand, and their parents don't understand. It only works on the new hardware. So they get the game, they take the wrapping off the case, they pop the cartridge in their console, and it doesn't work. Well, that sucks. And then mom or dad reads the fine print on the game case, only works with the new 3DS and 3DS XL. So they're pissed. They take the game back to the store, and the people at the store are going to say what? Yeah, sorry, we're not allowed to return open games due to copyright, blah, 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 blah. So now you've got mom and dad pissed at Nintendo, and they're going to think twice the next time the kid wants a Nintendo product because they will remember how they got burned. I think time will tell whether we'll start seeing games that will be exclusive for the new hardware or not. But the only last thing that I want to say about that particular platform is I think the name of the new hardware is pretty stupid. Calling it the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL is only going to confuse people. So, yeah, I think Nintendo, again, they're just kind of throwing a little bit of money at it and going, well, the diehard collectors are going to buy it. And yeah, I'm a bit of a diehard collector, so I'm sure I'm going to end up buying one of those. Not that I really want to, but you can see what I mean. Nintendo's going to get their money, and it may not be the best long-term decision. There's another thing that also concerns me about Nintendo, what they've been doing lately, is that we recently learned that they have decided to cancel the Club Nintendo Rewards program. As of July 1st, 2015, they're just killing it completely. And you need to redeem all of your coins, your rewards, before then, otherwise they're just going to disappear. Now, to soften the blow, they did say that they're going to stack up a whole bunch of new rewards during the month of February 2015. And when I'm shooting this, we don't know what those rewards are just yet, so it could just be a bunch of virtual console titles that normally go for $2 or $3, or it could be some really awesome stuff like some, first tier Wii U and 3DS titles, so it remains to be seen. They have also mentioned, however, that Club Nintendo is going to get replaced with a new rewards program. There has been absolutely no detail about what that replacement program will be, what it'll look like, what kind of rewards you may get, what kind of value there may be to it. You get a decent amount of value with Club Nintendo. If you only buy a couple of games a year, you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least one free game as part of all those points. And if you buy more, or if you stagger your hardware purchases, you're going to rack up rewards a lot faster. So, is Nintendo going to be as generous with the new program? That remains to be seen. In any event, I've got a decent number of coins, as I'm sure you do, and, well, we'll see whether there's anything decent worth spending them on as they wind down that program. The last thing that really kind of has me worked up and concerned about Nintendo is something that most of you don't really care about. But as a content creator, as a YouTuber, it's something that I have to think about. You may have noticed that I don't really do game reviews. I'm not going to do a Let's Play or a review on a software title. And that's a conscious decision. One reason is because, alright, I'm going to let the secret out, I kind of suck at playing games. I mean, I'm not like horrible, I'm not completely useless. I have played through and beaten a decent number of games. But I'm not like the most natural at it, right? If I did a Let's Play series, I wouldn't call it Let's Play, I'd call it Let's Fail. So that's one reason. The other reason why is because of copyright. As a YouTuber, as a content creator, I value copyright to protect the hard work that I've done. But I think it gets a little bit murky when it comes to Let's Play videos. And Nintendo has made things even more complicated because they've been going through, apparently, and taking more or less the ad revenue from people doing Let's Play videos. They've cut a deal with YouTube where a large percentage, if not all, of the ad revenue from a popular Let's Play video, instead of going to the content creator who created it, ends up going to Nintendo themselves. things have gotten a little bit better, and that Nintendo has kind of clarified its stance on this whole thing, and that now it wants to share the profits with the content creators. And that they're saying up to 70% of the ad revenue will actually go to the YouTuber or content creator who made that video instead of directly to Nintendo. But there's a lot of catches, and I'm not going to go through them all, partially because it'd make this long video even longer. But basically, it's stuff like it has to be on a list of approved titles. You can't say anything bad about the game while you're doing it. All sorts of other stuff. Basically, Nintendo has realized, I think, that they can monetize their marketing department. And what's more, they can monetize having other people do the marketing for them. This is pretty scary to me, because if Nintendo can get away with it, that means other companies might start getting away with it. So that means if you see me do other product reviews, instead of me getting that teeny little bit of ad revenue, and trust me, it's not that much, from the ads that roll before and after the videos, it's entirely possible that the company whose product I'm reviewing may end up getting that ad revenue instead. I can tell you if that happens, if we see that kind of industry-wide shift, you're going to see most YouTube channels disappear. And so that, I think, again, is going to backfire on those companies. Nintendo is the only one I'm aware of who has done something like that. In general, if a company doesn't want their content on a YouTube video, they'll just flag it for copyright and have the video taken down. I know Square Enix has done that. I don't necessarily agree with that practice because, as far as I'm concerned, it's free advertising, but that's what they do. I think it goes even beyond copyright, because I think doing a Let's Play is really more of a derivative work, which is generally protected under copyright. Yeah, you're playing a game who was created by another company, but here's the thing. One, that other company has already gotten their money. I can tell you that a lot of the YouTubers I follow who do Let's Play videos, and they generally do really good Let's Play videos, they're not sponsored by anyone. They're just doing it on their own. They go to the store and they buy a copy of the game just like anyone else. So Nintendo's really not losing out on any profit there. It's not like they gave that copy of the game away or anything. And the other thing is the YouTuber's actually putting some work into it. It's not just, clicking a button on their console and making money happen from YouTube. And I just don't think it's right for Nintendo to capitalize off of those people's hard work. So ultimately, all of these things that we've talked about here, I think kind of come down to one thing. And that is, it feels like Nintendo is trying to turn every department within its organization into a profit center. I think they really freaked out about their kind of gradual downward slide from the Wii U and everything. And they went into all-out panic mode. And I don't think Nintendo has really gone into a death spiral or anything, but I think they do need to get their act together. And I think the best way for them to do so is not going to be an all-out cash grab to try to shore up their profits. I think it's going to be much better if they try and grow themselves organically again, largely through doing goodwill on the part of their core audience. They need to look at it more as a whole. What can we do to keep this audience engaged? They're always going to have this small core group of people who will always buy Nintendo products, probably because they grew up with it. But there's an even larger kind of sphere of video game buyers who are a little bit wishy-washy. And if it's compelling enough, they'll buy it. Otherwise, they're going to skip out on that generation. Think about it this way. A lot of people bought the original Wii. I remember you couldn't find them in stores for over a year. They became that popular. And it took over a year for them to get to the point where you could actually just walk in the store and buy one. I don't think they've ever gone out of stock on Wii U's. At least I've never seen Wii U's out of stock. There's always been one sitting on the shelf. And the sales numbers pretty much corroborate that. So Nintendo needs to kind of get its mojo back, I think. And by just going after the profits specifically isn't really going to do it. They need to go after the gamers first, and that will lead them to the profits. So hopefully they'll get this figured out. and we'll kind of see the golden age of Nintendo return. Otherwise, are they dead? No, I don't think Nintendo's dead or dying, but I think their best days are behind them unless they turn things around. Let's talk about it down in the comments. Let's be civil about it, of course, and you've done a good job about that so far, so thank you. But what do you think? I mean, can Nintendo turn things around? Has Nintendo been taking the right approach so far? Or do they need to take a different tack, maybe with their marketing? Do they need to let off on the YouTubers? I would, of course, agree. But maybe you don't care. Maybe you don't see it being a big issue. Do they need to pour more money into R&D and innovation instead of marketing? Or is it simply a marketing issue in that their hardware and games are great, but not enough people actually understand the platform maybe? So let's talk about it down in the comments and see what we can figure out. So if you like the video, as always, I do appreciate thumbs ups. They help me quite a bit. If you haven't already and are interested in it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's right down there. And as always, thank you all so much for watching.